May it please the honorable bench to indulge me in a few words. I am a poor, unhappy woman, and have no money to fee lawyers to plead for me, being hard put to it to get a tolerable living. I shall not trouble your honors with long speeches, for I have not the presumption to expect that you may deviate your sentence in my favor. This is the 5th time, gentlemen, that I have been dragged before your court. Twice I have paid heavy fines, and twice have been brought to public punishment for want of money to pay those fines. This may have been the laws. I don't dispute it. But laws are sometimes unreasonable and are therefore repealed. Others bear too hard on the subject, and there is a power to dispense with the execution of them. I cannot conceive what the nature of my offense is. I think this law, by which I am punished, is both unreasonable in itself and particularly severe with regard to me. I have always lived an inoffensive life and defy my enemies, if I have any, to say I ever wronged man, woman, or child. I have brought 5 fine children into the world. I have maintained them well, without burdening the township. I would have done it better had it not been for the heavy charges and fines I have paid. Can it be a crime to add to the number of the king's subjects in a new country that really wants people? I should think it a praiseworthy rather than a punishable action. I have debauched no other woman's husband, nor has anyone the least cause of complaint against me, unless, perhaps, the minister or the justice, because I have had children without being married, by which they have missed a wedding fee. But can ever this be a fault of mine? I appeal to your honors. You think that I must be stupefied not to prefer the honorable state of wedlock to the condition I have lived in. I always was, and still am willing to enter into wedlock. I doubt not my behaving well in it, since I have all the industry, frugality, fertility, and skill and economy appertaining to a good wife's character. I defy any person to say I ever refused an offer. On the contrary, I readily consented to the only proposal of marriage that ever was made me, which was when I was a virgin. But, too easily confiding in the person's sincerity that made it, I unhappily lost my own honor by trusting to his. He got me with child and then forsook me. That very person you all know. He is now a magistrate of this country. I had hopes he would appear this day on the bench and endeavor to moderate the court in my favor. I have scorned to mention it, but I must now complain of it, as unjust and unequal, that my betrayer and undoer, the cause of all my faults, if they must be deemed such, should be advanced to honor and power in the government that punishes my misfortunes with infamy. I am told that the precepts of religion are violated by my transgressions. If mine is a religious offense, leave it to religious punishments. You have already excluded me from your church communion. Is not that sufficient? You believe I have offended heaven and must suffer eternal fire. Will not that be sufficient? What need is there, then, of your additional fines and whipping? How can it be believed that heaven is angry at my having children? Forgive me, gentlemen, if I talk a little extravagantly on these matters. But if you gentlemen must be making laws, do not turn natural and useful actions into crimes by your prohibitions, but take into your wise consideration the great and growing number of bachelors in the country, many of whom fear of the expenses of a family, have never sincerely and honorably courted a woman in their lives, and by their manner of living leave unproduced, which is little better than murder, hundreds of their posterity. Is not this a greater offense against the public good than mine? Compel them, then, by law, either to marriage or to pay double the fine of fornication every year. What must poor young women do? Custom forbids them to solicit the men. They cannot force themselves upon husbands. And yet the laws severely punish them if they do their duty without husbands. The duty of the first and great command of nature, increase and multiply. Nothing has been able to deter me from this duty, but for its sake, I have hazarded the loss of public esteem and have frequently endured public disgrace and punishment. In my humble opinion, instead of a whipping, I ought to have a statue erected to my memory.